and we've been the steward of Public Square here, as well as had some involvement in the mall. I'm also an executive advisor to Downtown Cleveland, and we're your community organization that's striving to evolve downtown into an 18-hour, 15-minute city, and we provide the Clean and Safe program that keeps all of downtown welcoming for both residents and visitors, as well as the workforce downtown. We work together every day to ensure Public Square remains the premier urban park in Cleveland. In a December 24th opinion piece in the Washington Post, the Post wrote, "Cleveland's Public Square is a beacon to other cities looking to transform." They highlighted everything from our vision to the physical renovation to the mixed-use development to everything within a condensed small space like we have in Public Square. I can personally testify that the 6.5 acres have indeed transformed the heart of the city that we serve, and as the Post stated, we are Cleveland's living room. We've seen the development expand and the financial growth in the heart of the city exceed billions of dollars. We're joined today by Mayor Justin Bibb, County Executive Chris Ronayne, Greater Cleveland RTA General Manager and CEO India Birdsong Terry, and Cleveland Public Library Executive Director and Group Plan Vice Chairman Felton Thomas. We're also pleased to welcome all of you, our partners, and without you, we would not be able to do the work that we do in Public Square. It's time to learn about all of the exciting advances we're going to be making in the next couple of months, and I do mean next couple of months, many of these advances being complete by the middle of the summer. So in order to learn about that, I'd like us to welcome our mayor, Mayor Justin Bibb. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a chilly 60 degrees, huh? I'm glad I brought my coat. Well, the day is finally here. We are removing the Jersey barriers in Public Square. Now, this was a major campaign priority for mine when I ran for mayor in 2021, and I thought I could remove them on my first day in office. But we quickly realized that there were a lot of things we had to do to make sure we got this moment right. And sometimes you have to go slow in order to go fast and do things the right way. And there were so many amazing partners that made today possible. First, I want to thank the Group Plan Commission for their leadership in managing Public Square. Since 2016, the Group Plan has really made sure that this truly is the People's Park. I also want to thank Councilman McCormick for helping to jumpstart this investment. In my third month in office, Councilman McCormick helped sponsor legislation for a city contribution of $1.5 million to make today possible. I also want to thank my colleagues at the County Executive Ronayne, and India Birdsong as well too. Without these essential public sector partners, we would not be able to make sure we finally remove the Jersey barriers in Public Square. And I want to also tell you why this is an important priority for my administration. As it's been talked about, Public Square is the People's Park. And it's so important that we beautify this public space to make it more safe. We want to make it a world-class park for our residents and tourists. We also want to make sure we enhance mobility so it's walkable, bikeable, because that's what makes great public spaces in great world-class cities. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank all of our amazing private sector partners as well too. I know I had to carry it around my hat, and you all truly stepped up. So I want to thank Key Bank, the Gun Foundation, Bedrock, Rocket Mortgage, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jack Entertainment, Sherwin-Williams, and the K&D Group. Let's give them a hearty round of applause if we can. So we have a lot of great events coming up in Cleveland. We have Women's March Madness, the Solar Eclipse, a brand new world-class corporate headquarters is going to be opening up here soon, and we have an amazing world-class park to celebrate right in the heart of the great city of Cleveland, Ohio as well, too. So again, congrats, and I'll pass the baton to my friend, our county executive, Chris Ronay. Chris?
Thank you, Mayor. I really do mean it, Mayor. Thank you for seeing this one through. It's been 8 years since we opened this public square. About right, Nora? 8 years. And we needed to finish the job. And Mayor Bibb finishes the job today. So I thank you, Mayor. County did put support into this because we believe in this central space. It is Cleveland's Central Park. I'm sure for all of you, you have your own individual memories about this park. As my team over at the county knows, I could go on and on about mine. But I'm just going to name a few on this cold day. Deb, give me about an hour to do this. I arrived here with my family when I was 10, and it's one of the first places I remember being in. I sold ice cream here as a teenager, and it was a fabulous experience. I walked out of the doors of Old Stone Church. I walked in a single guy, and I walked out married with my wife on Public Square right out of that church. I remember seeing rockers. John Mellencamp was out here one day, and we watched him play. We've seen the Cleveland Orchestra out here many times. One of the most fundamental memories I have was during the 2016 convention, where there was a lot of tension on this square, just making sure security, we were going to get it right. And one of the best memories I have was seeing a ping pong match on Public Square on the south side of the street. And it was a protester and a sheriff's deputy playing ping pong together. That's how it should be. We come together on Public Square from all different walks of life. It is our community central space. So it's fitting that the mayor and his team are finishing the job. A lot of people have already been thanked. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the Group Plan Commission. Again, Sana Julian, thank you for your tireless work to get us here. Matt Carroll, who chaired these last number of years, thank you both for getting us here. Thank you. Obviously, our partners at DCA have been great advocates in all of this all along the way. The nonprofits that make the public-private nonprofit work matter because the private sector investment matters. You look at every corner of the square, and we have investors. Look no further than Sherwin-Williams' new investment on Public Square. Look at Bedrock's perpetual investments on Public Square. Look at K&D, their continued investments on Public Square. Cleveland Cliffs and Huntington Bank and Key Bank on Public Square. This is also really the gateway to Cleveland. Yes, Felton Thomas, the Cleveland Public Library, our courthouses, county, federal, and state, all around Public Square. This is, when you look around, it is the place where this community intersects. So I'm proud as a county executive to be a part of this. I'm proud that we're going to take this to the next level today and open it up in a way that finishes the job. And it's right at the right time, as the mayor said. With the advent of the Women's Final Four, we welcome them coming to town next week. And of course, the solar eclipse, where we hope to see some 200,000 visitors right here in the central space of downtown. Mayor Bibb mentioned to me it's nice to be looked over by another mayor, Tom Johnson, right behind us. It's fitting that the great Mayor Tom Johnson looks over Public Square. But it's also fitting that the next speaker is going to talk a little bit about the confluence of public space and transit. Because at the end of the day, this has also got to be accessible. It's got to be pedestrian and transit friendly. It's got to be a place that welcomes. And no greater welcoming point is the RTA itself. The reason I bring up Tom Johnson, he always advocated for transit in this town, and successfully with the 3-cent fare. So this is also about equity. It's about humanity. It's about community. And it's ultimately about where this town gets together in the Central Park. We're proud of Cuyahoga County to be a part of the future of this great public square. Without further ado, let me bring up, I think, our next speaker, India Birdsong Terry, General Manager of the GCRTA. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for my colleague's introduction. It is a pleasure to be here today to represent public transportation in not only Public Square, but the city of Cleveland and the greater counties as well. I will say, and dare I say, that it's a little windy. I'm very comfortable. I'm from the Windy City. So to me, this is good luck, right? So we got a little bit of luck sprinkled on the square here, and being able to become a Clevelander means something special. Being able to become part of the fabric of the community means something essential to the root of working together. And that's what was mentioned by my counterparts through the executive and the mayor. RTA is excited to collaborate on this phase of Public Square project. This was one of the main issues that came up during the first 24 hours in me setting foot on Cleveland soil. It is amazing to be able to stand here today with you, with a little bit of luck sprinkled on the side, to be able to think about eradicating some of the mobility issues that we have in the city. Public Square is not only the front door for downtown Cleveland, but for RTA, it's our #1 transfer location for buses and trains. Approximately 5,000 people board buses every day in and around Public Square, most of them transferring from one bus to another or through the Rapid. The modifications to Superior Avenue of the square greatly enhances our operational efficiency in preparation for special events. What you see happening today and over the next few months will prepare us to be able to advance and fluctuate according to all of the revenue events that are coming into Cleveland, helping us fuel the economy. We will be able to work with the city and the county and all of the other special event vendors to transform the square in a matter of minutes versus days and sometimes weeks and months that we endure right now. So being able to think about the value of this investment is amazing, amazing to the future of this economy and to this city. Safety and improvement of operational safety for our customers and our workers at RTA is essential and will never, ever, ever fade. So we are happy to be here today. We appreciate you for working with us, for hearing us, continuing to hear us as we work to make sure that we are the people's mobility option. We are not only the people's park, but we are the people's champ for mobility, and we continue to work with you in order to make Cleveland better. Thank you.
Well, I like the people's mobility option from the head of the People's University here. So I'm Phil Thomas. I'm the director of the Cleveland Public Library, and I'm also the vice chair of the Group Plan Commission. And I just have a few acknowledgments. I want to first thank the board of the group plan led by Matt Carroll. There are a number of them here. Please raise your hand and give them a round of applause for all their work. I also want to acknowledge from 2015, 2016, the work that was done on here by the architects, James Corner Field Operations, by our construction company, Independence Construction, and by our engineers, Osborne Engineers. Please give them a round of applause for all the work that they did on this. And now it's time for a chance for us to acknowledge you. It's a Q&A time. If you have questions and answers for any of these folks, please give India the hardest questions that you think to ask. And Rick is going to run around with a mic, and he's going to give that, and I will take this mic and pass it to the group so they don't have to get up and walk around. We'll start with India.
Oh, you know what? Let me get you, Felton.
Questions?
That was easy.
Now you got one.
Thanks so much. Nick Costello with Signal Cleveland. I got a couple questions, but we'll start with the RTA first. When we are done with the construction that needs to happen here, what role do buses have on Public Square? Are they still going to be going down Superior?
So what the plan was, I'm not sure if everybody heard the question, but what's next for RTA essentially after the construction, and how will Superior be affected?
Correct.
So right now, what we're doing is we're focusing on making sure that we can open up the square in the most safe and efficient manner. We are working with the City of Cleveland. We're working with the county as needed, of course, and of course, Sana's team through the engineers to make sure that we have streets open as needed, to make sure that people can traverse through and around the square. What we want to do is make sure we support the idea that the park is usable for folks that want to enjoy the city as well, especially when you get into the summertime. So as we start to think about all of the development plans that are out there, there's a lot that do affect downtown. We want to make sure that we can also keep the thoroughfares open for our buses and also for our ridership. What we don't want to do is have folks have to walk a mile outside of downtown to get through it, because then that just creates a bottleneck for us in being able to get to them. So we are working with the city and working with the group plan to make sure that we have those thoroughfares open. We have not gotten beyond the bollards as far as what it looks like for next year, for example, but we do have a commitment between all three of us. I'm also making sure that they're in agreement, right? I don't want them doing this. To make sure that we can keep those major arteries open. We don't want duplication as well. So anything that we can do to streamline those efforts will make a significant change for us.
Just want to make sure I understood that then. I mean, when you said you've thought as far as the bollards, does that mean in the future we will still have buses going through Public Square, or is that open to reconsideration?
Sure. Did you want to take that?
I would say, as India mentioned, when you think about all the planned developments we have, from Bedrock to our new Sherwin-Williams headquarters to the work that our administration has proposed with our shore-to-quarter-shore strategy, we want to make Public Square more walkable, more pedestrian-friendly, more vibrant, and long-term, that might consider closing more streets. And so that's why it's important to talk about those considerations with RTA, so that residents and riders aren't affected in a negative way long-term if we decide that's an option. So all things are on the table.
Mr. Mayor, Harry Boomer from 19 News. How are these new plans, or these continued plans, going to address potential violence on the square, keeping it safe?
Yeah. Well, I think the best thing we can do to keep Public Square safe and secure is to have more people, more economic activity, more economic energy. We meet on a quarterly basis with my command staff and all the key stakeholders around ensuring Public Square is safe and secure. You may have heard today that we welcomed the largest police class we've seen in years. 52 new recruits joined our police academy just this morning, and I welcomed them. And already, yeah, we can clap for that. Huge deal. One of the largest new classes in the country, by the way. And already we've seen dramatic decreases in violent crime year to date. So we're making great progress, a lot more work to do, but it all boils down to collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. RTA plays a role in public safety. The county, through the Sheriff's Department, has played a major role in helping to keep downtown safe. You want to make sure we keep that progress going.
Hi there, Lindsay Buckingham with WKYC. Kind of on the same note, we have these really big events coming to Cleveland, really exciting, the solar eclipse, the Women's Final Four, the Guardians home game. What would you say to people who are afraid to come downtown or afraid to come to Public Square, but really want to? What could you say to reassure them?
The question again was just about what to say to the public visiting, and particularly as it pertains to safety and logistics. One, we've had great coordination with the city of Cleveland on these big events coming up. Mayor's team, his command team at CPD, our Sheriff's Department, GCRTA, DCI, DCA, we've all been there. You know, with respect, I'll just say I would only hearken right back to the most recent parade that came through here, the St. Patrick's Day parade, where at least by the look of it, a few 100,000 people here had a great time on March 17th. You know, this is what we do. We do events, but we do them together. And the city's at the lead, and the county with its new downtown safety patrol has added, I think, great value to the mayor's team downtown with GCRTA and DCI. We're well covered. The aspiration is always a clean, safe, vital environment, and we think on these big events, that's why they keep coming back, because we put it together.
And just one more question. What are you most excited about when this whole transformation is complete? What do you look forward to seeing from Clevelanders enjoying the new Public Square?
Well, I remember when the new square opened in 2016, and I saw 2 children playing in the water fountain with their families. To me, that shows real progress. And what I get excited about is having thousands and thousands of people, whether it's a farmer's market or the ice skating rink, or having a date during a picnic, or having the city club have events down in Public Square. This is the people's park. In many ways, Public Square is the front door of our great city. And the plans we have put forth through our shore-to-quarter-shore strategy, let's not forget the core, right? And so ensuring that our streets are more walkable, we have more protected bike lanes, all that's going to go a long way to making Cleveland have one of the best downtowns in the country, and it's going to take all of us to make that vision a reality.
I'm just going to take a word from my friend Nick Barlage, the CEO of the Cavs, said it earlier as he was walking up today. Momentum. Yep. We're seeing momentum with all the goings-ons, and we're seeing partnership. But this is a city, county, region on the move, and we're working together to make it happen. Momentum.
One thing, if I could add from an operational perspective to support what my colleagues have said, regarding safety in particular, we've really, I think, restarted the initiatives of really joint safety. And just to remind folks, RTA is small but mighty, right? We've got 100 sworn officers, and when you add K-9 and administrative unit, you're looking at about 150 all told. RTA is a family of over 2,200 employees, right? So we see each other. We've got our eyes on each other, and it's nice because, well, it's usually nice. You get everybody looking at you. But being able to go down the street, and if you notice when you see a bus, you'll see a wave, right? And it's an operator acknowledging another. And that's something that you see with our police officers as well. Transit police, TP is what we call them. We also have ambassador programs. We have crisis intervention specialists, which are basically social workers that work for RTA. So we're out here every day. We're in teams. We want to work with you before we have to be able to think about what the next step is. We want to help people who are having mental health issues, who are unhoused, and all of the issues that might come on a daily basis in your commute. We also have clean teams that we're looking to revamp and put a facelift on a lot of our facilities and a lot of the things that you see every day. Our community outreach is tremendous. We have increased it tenfold. So we went from 10 to 12 events in the community to over 120 within 18 months. That's the kind of commitment that RTA has to this project and to the city. So if you ask me what I say for those people who are coming to Cleveland, we say bring it on.
One more question.
So with bollards now, does that mean no more complaints about illegal parkers?
We do our absolute best to dissuade illegal parking in and around the square. So as the old saying goes, if you see something, say something, call the non-emergency hotline at City Hall to make sure we hold those folks accountable. Please do. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks to the mayor, the county exec, and India, who answered the tough questions. There you go. All right, they are going to move and get ready to lead this bollard moving here that we have going on, or whatever that may be. It sounds like a game. And while they do that, I just want to thank Sana. Sana, come back up here. Please, everybody, Sana Julian is the head of the group plan. She's been working really, really hard. So we just want to acknowledge her and all the work she does. Thank you so much. All right, let's get to moving.
Little adjustment here. How you doing, Harry? Good. How are you? Good. How dangerous is it? I don't know. I'm following you. You want your glasses?
This will be fun. Oh, I go first. So what do I do? Signal and then hold the flag up. Hit the button. Let's go. you go. Maybe we should sell these. What do you think? Should we sell them? We're gonna sell the Jersey barriers and sell old parking meters.
All right, hey, here we go. Good to go? Long time coming. Yep. That's right. 8, I think, right? Ready? That's it.